Hey guys, your best fight friends here. I'm Clark Kent. That's Rachel.
Hey guys, it's your best fight friends. I'm Rachel. That's Kelsey. Let's talk about Teofimo Lopez and George Kombosos.
Ferocious Kombosos. How about that nickname?
Yeah.
That's how you remember how to say his name.
Yeah, it is. So, tell us your reaction when round one was done.
I was pretty excited, Rachel. I can't remember exactly the thing that I did on the couch.
Kelsey just looked over at me and was like, "Ah!"
Yeah. Ah! What an amazing first round. I mean, because George Kombosos comes in there. He's a huge underdog, and rightfully so, probably. I guess, except that he won the fight. Most people think he's in for a long time. But a lot of people think that Teofimo Lopez is going to stop him in the early rounds. And yet, he's the one that lands the knockdown. My head exploded. Rachel's head's exploded. Your head's probably exploded. Teofimo Lopez's head's probably exploded. And the fight went on from there. Of course, the ferocious Kombosos becomes the new.
I know, and the
undisputed lightweight champion of the world. That's amazing.
They tricked us when they announced it.
Maybe
and kind of tricked Teofimo a little bit with saying
and still
undefeated.
That was devastating because he's like, I'm undefeated, and they're like,
and
new. Not. But man, what a great! That's the kind of fight in boxing, Rachel, that I just love to see. It was entertaining, a good scrap. Both fighters fought well. Yeah. I was disappointed.
It was fun. Yeah.
In Lopez's seemingly inability to get the job done in the fight. I thought that he just seemed off, right? He didn't seem like he was. But you know what? You want to give credit to George Kombosos because for all we know, it's some shifty boxing move he's using from Australia. Hello. Is that Australia? I don't know. This is a knife. That's all I could think of after the thing. This is a knife. Crocodile Dundee move, and he's just outboxing him.
What do you think about Kombosos moving forward?
I think that he adds a level of excitement to the lightweight division. I think that anytime a guy beats a guy that was considered the best in lightweight and has just coming off the biggest fight of his career against Vasyl Lomachenko, that is Teofimo Lopez, that's a big deal. And now he's in line to fight. Maybe he could fight Ryan Garcia next. Maybe he could fight Devin Haney next. There's a lot of good fighters at lightweight.
Yeah, he was talking a lot about Devin Haney.
Devin has the regular or the WBC title, however you determine that.
What's Vasyl Lomachenko doing now?
He's out there. I think he's just out there living his life, baby. He's on the comeback trail, Rachel. He's fighting again.
Well, how fascinating would it be
to
have the belt go from Lomachenko to Teofimo to George here, and then Vasyl Lomachenko tries to get him, gets him back again. Now we just have the belts passing in all.
Yeah,
bunches.
all of them, except it's just a weird situation. Half the boxing media calls the winner of this fight undisputed champion. Half of them doesn't because of the weird WBC thing. You got the WBC belt, but then you got the franchise belt in some divisions. It's stupid, WBC. Thanks. Can't blame us in boxing for what you did. So I get it why it's confusing, but it sucks.
Let's talk about Teofimo. So I saw some quotes from his dad, who's also his trainer. So Teofimo, after the fight, came over, grabbed the mic while George was being interviewed. The interview did go on kind of long, but he seemed unaware. But to me, seems reasonable when you just finished fighting.
He's pretty young too.
Honestly. Yeah, he thought he won 10 rounds to 2, and then. But after I saw some quotes from his dad, who's also his trainer, and saying that, he definitely won. And then also saying, you know what, we're just done with this division. He said it was his mistake for keeping him at the weight for so long. And they're going to go up and get a fight for February and then fight Josh Taylor.
At 140. Well, I don't think you deserved the fight. Here's a couple things, Rachel. I don't think you deserved the fight against Josh Taylor because you didn't win the fight. Nobody thinks that you won the fight 10-2. I'm sure there are people out there that think that Teofimo Lopez maybe won the fight, but it was a really close fight.
The judge did.
Yeah, it was a split decision, so it makes sense. But this isn't one of those robbery things where everybody thought Manny Pacquiao beat Tim Bradley except 4 people in the world and all these 200 other people didn't. This is nothing like that. This was a legitimately close fight that you legitimately lost, And frankly, I feel like that there's a lot of denial. I saw denial in the corner. His dad should have been telling Teofimo Lopez, hey man, you might be losing this fight. You need to do this or that. He wasn't telling him that. He was talking to him as if he was winning the fight. And now, even worse, he's telling his son and his fighter that he won a fight that he lost. None of that is going to help the fighter become better. Losses in boxing and MMA and life, they can really teach you lessons, but only if you admit that you lost. Only if you take responsibility for that loss. You got to do that first. All this other crap, that's not going to help him in the long run. It's going to hurt him.
What's telling to me is saying that you won the fight, but no way you're going to give, Kombosos a rematch. And a matter of fact, you're not even staying in the division. You're just going up. It seems to me that usually when a fighter's like, oh, I won that fight, let's run that back. We're going to do that again because I've got to prove myself, right? I got to get those belts back. Like, I don't know. There's just something kind of off there.
Did you think he won? Who do you think he won the fight?
Oh, I thought Kombosos did more across the whole fight.
I thought Kombosos won the fight, and I like Teofimo Lopez.
I did. I picked him to win. I thought he was going to win.
I've interviewed him before. I like him.
Yeah.
I like him as a boxer, and I think that he's got a lot of good things to say and wants to be a lot of good things. But you didn't win that fight, man. And the sooner you admit that, the better.
I love George Kombosos.
Yeah.
His post-fight interview.
Yeah.
I mean, because he's he's confident while at the same time he was understanding and compassionate towards Teofimo, but also knew who he was, and he was like, oh, I won the fight. He seems confident in that way. But just little things, like him telling Teofimo, oh, kids are the most important. It was kind of a surreal post-fight experience.
It was pretty. Also, that's a good point you brought up. Also, really, a lot of maturity and humility. Here he just won the biggest fight of his life. He's now the undisputed lightweight champion of the world. He's got this guy telling him he won. He stood in his truth, and said, you're delusional, man. But he wasn't, angry about it.
Yeah.
He let Teofimo Lopez have his own experience, but also was respectful and, even, there was gratitude there, I think, and honesty. Boxing has a new star. I love the ferocious Kombosos.
Yeah. Really love that fight. And hey, really love you guys. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you next time.
Or will we see you before? Because Rachel, did you know that I've gone viral?
No.
On Instagram. Are you guys following Rachel on Instagram?
I thought you said you've gone viral.
Well, but I'm in the clip that you made. Just
Kelsey,
a little bit. There's just there's 1 second of me. But I think that second of me, arguably the biggest star in
my Insta reel.
Oh, I don't even know how to in this little area this circle. arguably the biggest star. That paid a huge dividend for you in that story, Rachel. Also, I got lots of views. I think it's the new glasses. You can't see it though because it's mostly my butt. It is.
It is.
So anyway, go check that out.